What do you make of everything that's unfolding here? Let's take Fulton County, Georgia first, and the Purdue testimony that the Georgia Bureau of Investigations had evidence, and Kemp said, don't investigate.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, you have to remember that Brian Kemp was the Secretary of State in Georgia in 2018. It was under Secretary of State Brian Kemp that the Dominion machines were brought in. It was under Secretary of State Brian Kemp that the voting facilities were changed to those big voting centers rather than counting at the precinct. Brian Kemp changed all of that. It was Brian Kemp who contracted with Dominion for the machines. And then his election in 2018 was a historic victory, you know, the most voter turnout in a midterm election in Georgia, where he won with like 50.8% of the vote against Stacey Abrams. It was a very small margin. She challenged that election. It was that election where it prompted the questions into the voting machines, and Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth Warren, senators, saying, oh, the machines are rigged, they're hackable, all of that stuff. It was the Democrats that actually raised that issue in Georgia with Brian Kemp's election. Then Kemp is in office, shuts down the investigation into 2020, works with Brad Raffensperger, who originally said that Donald Trump won the state of Georgia. There was not enough margin for it to switch to Joe Biden. And then, of course, he recanted that. So there's a lot of weirdness going on with Brian Kemp, Brad Raffensperger, and I'll throw Chris Carr in there, the Attorney General, because when you have an attorney general who's allowing a lot of this to go on and they know they're not going to be held accountable, these rogue Republicans, and it's all Republican activity, these rogue Republicans are getting away with it.